Hello, let's play Wordle for Saturday, July 11th. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with shart. And yes, I do know what that means. Do you? All right. Well, we have a yellow A. I always think it's going to be AY when we have a yellow A in the middle, or at least not second. I don't know why, but it's a pretty common pattern, and it's also a little dangerous. But let's just target common letters right now. So S and T and R are already taken care of. So we've got consonant-wise L, N, maybe a P or a C might be good. I'd like to get an E. So maybe something just like an LANE word, although A can't be in the middle, so no. A here, E at the end, or I don't know. We could do an EA word here. I'm just trying to get these words. Appeal, no. What about LEA? Okay, so this is a word. Clean. That's a clean word. All right, let's try clean. Oh, it ends in AN. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Place the A. So, what is this? What are we doing? What game is this? Are we doing something like this? Doesn't have to be an O. Logan, the movie about Wolverine. I know it can't be Logan because there's no L. I'm just going to try every vowel to see if it rings a bell here. Like, what ends in AN like this? Can we do double A? We had double A just yesterday, didn't we? I don't know what to do here. Is it going to be like another vowel here, like OAN? That seems like something that should happen. I don't see it. IAN? Ian. Hi, Ian. Avian? Avian. Wow. I wonder if that was the only thing left. Wasn't that just the answer to another game I played? Was it like Word 500 or something? That's crazy. All right. Avian. That's a fun one. I'm really curious what was left because it felt really limited. I'm surprised by that. But anyway, first thing we're going to do is spin the members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. It is green, suggested by JP Sinclair. So if you are following along, tomorrow we'll be starting with green, and let's do some bot analysis. All right, the answer was avian, and I started with shart. Not on the answer list. Shart can lose on yellow, yellow, yellow here, H, A, and T. So it would lose on patch, the atch trap. Yeah, that looks bad for the atch trap. It would also lose on green, green, green there, which is crazy. There's only 12 words left, but there's just no way to do it in hard mode. You're going to lose to something like shape. But in general, like, yeah, if you end up with that green E, like if you do shake and you end up with this green E, then there's just too many options left. There's shade, shale, shame, shape, shave. Wow, that's a nasty trap. So yeah, shart, not great, but luckily we didn't run into that trap. We just have the yellow A. There's 276 words left. It suggests angel is the best option. I did clean. Is that in the list? Clean is not on the list. Camel is. Canal. Yesterday's answer. I was trying to remember what it was, but now that I see canal. All right, well, I went clean. Bottom of the list was, well, clean is 2975. Bottom of the list is 2960. So it's not that much worse, right? It doesn't lose on anything. So avian was the best guess, but there are 4 answers left. Divin, what is divin? Pagan, okay. So that was that A-A-A-N. And then woman. I think it either woman or women has already been the answer recently. I think, but yeah, I didn't think of it for some reason. I had that OAN filled, I had the AAN filled, just didn't think of them. I don't know what divin is. I hope that's not actually an option for an answer. Let's look it up. Define divin. A long, low, backless couch or sofa that relies on pillows. Oh, a divan. I'm just pronouncing it wrong. It's divan, right? Divan. Divan? Really? Anyway, yeah, I know what that is. I was just pronouncing it wrong, but I thought it was Devon for sure. Divan? Maybe it is Divan. I mean, I believe Google. My brain is just very confused right now. But anyway, Avon was the best guess, even though I hadn't thought of the other three. Okay, Divan does seem like it could be an answer then. Let me know if you pronounce that differently. All right, Angel. It would then do amino or avian. So it could get avian in 3. Otherwise, it gets it in 4. So I got luckier, I guess. It starts with tails usually, or it likes to start with, it says tails is the best start, I guess I should say. We've got acorn and adorn. Let's try acorn. And then admin again, avian. So we could get avian in 3. Those are the 3 options left, or we're going to get it in 4. All right. Steel. It's going to go Roman here. That's interesting. That gets that AN. And then now it's down to avian, divan, and pagan. So 3 or 4. Adieu, the most common starting word, has the A and I in place. Okay, there's only 17 words that do that. We're going to go either axing or axion. Could be as bad as this, but it could be a 3. So 3 or 4. All right. Audio. Going to have that A and I also. We're going to go agile. 4 words left. Amiss, amity, anima, and avian. So it says don't go avian, even though it's the answer. It says go amiss or amity so that you can actually distinguish everything afterwards. That gets you avian. All right. Stare, a very common starting word as well. We have that yellow A in the middle, like when my start. It just suggests canal here. And from there, it's only avian. All right. I'm actually kind of curious. People who started with yesterday's word get it in 2. Wow, that's crazy. Might be a little hard to think of. But yeah, it's the only thing you can guess unless you make a mistake and don't follow the clues. So people who start with yesterday's word are doing well today. That's fun. I wonder if that's going to bump up the number of 2s that we usually get. Because there is a good number of people who start with yesterday's answer. That's fun. All right, well, Pert tries to get it in 2. Probably doesn't today. No, it goes canal. It gets canal in. It's the same clue as canal. Remember, it gets canal in 2. But avian, it gets in 3. It builds a nice, interesting pyramid here. And finally, tarps is what the official bot starts with. And then it follows with 205 words left. We're going to follow up with algae. That's interesting, getting that double A. And the A's are completely in place, so that just gives us avian. That's crazy. All right, well, let's look at the official bot, see how people are doing today. So we're going to screenshot this, save it to disk. All right. And analysis. Hard mode first. Give me a 97 skill. That's not bad. So who started with Shart? 362 others. I guess we're not the only one starting with Shart today. Lance, the most common follow-up. Oh, that's what I followed up with yesterday. I didn't think of it today. It's the same letters, though. Same letters as clean. That's interesting. I thought of Lance yesterday and clean today. They're the same letters, just different order. I don't know how I'm so inconsistent sometimes. Panel, plead, panic, audio, alien, ample, alone, candy. All right, give it 95 for clean. Lance was a 99. So same letters, different spot. And then avian was a 99. Exactly what I would have guessed. Yeah, it's the optimal guess, even though, even not considering it being the answer. All right, tarps alone, again, avian. That feels different. Yeah, this does tarps algae, avian. Should have gone algae. All right, 0.3 started with avian. Let's look at these 2s. 2.8% getting it in 2. That seems low. Okay, so maybe we don't get that much of a bump from people starting with yesterday's word. 25.3, 76.6, 92.7, 99.0. Apian, people losing on apian. That is like a bee, right? Related to bees, apian? Let me check if that's right. Yep. Related to, resembling, or having the characteristics of bees. Bees. All right. Going to open up. Analyze in regular mode. Still the same skill score. All right. 13. There's a good number of people who like to start with Shart. Clean, and here Lance doesn't show up. But, oh, Lance does show up, but it's not nearly as popular. That's interesting. Clean, plead, alone, apple, ample, Lance, adieu, panel, audio, clone. All right. I don't know about the adieu follow up when you know there's no e. All right. Anyway, Slate corny admin avian. All right. 0.3, 2.3. It's this align. A lot of people doing align second. That's really interesting. 18.4, 52.6, 81.4. Whoa. Have we ever seen that big of a gap between hard mode and regular mode before? Hard mode was 99%. Regular mode is 94.9%. 0.5 losing on Apian, and then again Align, Avion, Axion, Anima. My theory is that hard mode people are much more familiar with what words come up. That's why they choose hard mode, because they got bored of regular mode or they want the challenge. So they're gonna know the words. There's it just has to be like it just has to be like 5% of players here, even 4% of players here who just, are just playing. They aren't that familiar with the word list. They don't think of avian because it's one of the more obscure words. So the more obscure words are going to affect regular mode more than hard mode. That's my theory. Anyway, very long-winded way of saying that. But anyway, how'd you do?